Alright guys, we're back with another speed and camera comparison here. Today we got the Poco X3 Pro, 200 and what, 30 bucks right now. I have that link down below, versus the iPhone 13 here. So let's go ahead and get started here with a boot up. And let's just go ahead and talk about the specs a little bit more after this boot up. But the price of these two phones, like I said, 200 and 30, 40-ish dollars for the Poco, and then $800 for the iPhone. Alright guys, we got the Snapdragon 860 and 6 gigs of RAM, and then we have the Apple A15 chip and 6 gigs of RAM, and both of these guys have 128 gigs of internal storage here. And I am updated to the latest software on both of these guys, so let's check it out and see how they both do. Before I do that, I do want to show you guys the Geekbench scores for anybody that is interested. You can see, boom, that is the 860 compared to the A15 chip here. Let's go ahead and launch some applications and see what we get. iPhone, Poco right behind it. Now there is one thing that you'll notice about the Poco, and that is the smoothness, because it does have 120 Hertz, which is something the iPhone does lack. So when you're scrolling, the Poco just feels buttery smooth compared to the iPhone. iPhone's still smooth, but again, not as smooth as that 120 Hertz. Pokemon Go here. So far the Poco is able to keep up with the A15 chip. It's not lagging behind too bad like I thought it would. Again, super fast scrolling on Android. Apple has a very slower, smooth scroll to Google Earth. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it, guys, here. Before we get started, I want to show you guys the Geekbench scores that we will get on here. So we are on the Snapdragon 860, 6 gigs of RAM, and then on the iPhone A15, and we have 6 gigs of RAM as well. Those are your Geekbench scores there. Let's go ahead and open some applications and see what we get here. So you got the iPhone, got in there first, Poco. So you can see, not a massive difference, but the iPhone does have like a second or two on it. Oh, the Poco actually got into YouTube first and loaded up the video first. Now, one thing you're going to notice here is the 120 Hertz versus the 60 Hertz on the iPhone. It's definitely a smoother scroll on the Poco. So that is one thing you're going to notice. The iPhone's still very smooth for 60 Hertz, but it's definitely noticeable. Pokemon Go here. Again, iPhone. Not too bad, not too far off on the Poco side. Again, you really see that 120 Hertz when you do stuff like that. You really see it. Temple Run, and yes, I have my Temple Run updated to the latest one. It's just different on the iPhone version. That was pretty close. Yeah, that was very close. The iPhone barely got that. And what you guys will actually be surprised with is the gaming performance. What you'll find is the gaming performance is actually pretty much the same, which is pretty interesting. Let's go Spotify. go jetpack. Boom. Twitter. Twitch. Alright, let's go ahead and try PUBG. So, what's interesting about this is for 200 bucks, if you're looking for a phone that is going to be an excellent gaming phone, I would definitely consider the Poco because of the, CPU in here, and also combined with the pretty massive battery in this phone as well. You're getting some excellent performance. You can see in the iPhone already here. And we are in the Poco now. So if you check out gaming performance, you'll see we'll actually get the same exact graphics here. So no 90 hertz or 90 FPS on both of these, unfortunately. But as you can see, the same exact graphics for PUBG here. Let's go ahead and boot into PUBG here. It looks like I'm in the wrong queue. Yeah, I'm in a team matchup. Team death matchup, I think. It's fine. I guess I'll show you guys a little bit of, gameplay. I'm not super good at this game though. See the Poco, very smooth, guys. Oh snap. Oh, that's just my teammate. Super smooth, guys. On the iPhone, also going to be very smooth. I do notice that both of these phones get warm, but they don't get hot, like uncomfortable, but they do get kind of warm. But I've never felt like I was I never felt like I was gonna burn my hand. As you can see, gaming performance is gonna be pretty good on both of these phones. Very smooth, as you would expect. All right, now let's try RAM management, and this is something that MIUI isn't really good at. So I mean, you would have to get, because on Samsung devices and the Pixel with 6 gigs of RAM, you should definitely be able to keep applications open. So I've always said MIUI had pretty bad RAM management. As you can see, it kicked a lot of our earlier applications out. You can see that's one closed for the iPhone. We're still in PUBG. Snapchat closed. Yeah, so as you can see, it closed a lot of stuff out. Jetpack is still open, which is nice. Twitter is still open. Twitch. Discord still open. So it did okay, it just did not keep as many applications as the 11 here. So I'll go ahead and let's talk about the camera specifications. Alright, so starting off with the Poco, we do have on here a quad camera setup. It is a 48 megapixel standard and 8 megapixel ultra wide. And we also have a 2 megapixel macro and depth sensor with 4K video, and then a 20 megapixel selfie that shoots in 1080p here. So on the iPhone, we just have a dual camera setup, so we are missing the macro lens, and we are missing any type of depth sensor. We do have on here just a 12 megapixel standard, 12 megapixel ultra wide, 4K video at 2430 or 60 FPS, and then we also have the selfie cam that is also 12 megapixels and that shoots in 4K at 24, 30, or 60 FPS. I'll go ahead and show you guys those still side by side so you can see what you're working with here. This is the video on the iPhone 13. Alright guys, here's the video on the Poco X3 Pro here.